New complaints tonight about a Tucson moving company. Just about 20 former employees and a staffing agency say they have not been paid what they are owed. News 4 Tucson investigator Matthew Schwartz reports.
How much money does Assurance Relocation Systems owe you?
About $2,500.
$1,038.
I'd say about 400.
These three people are among nearly 20 who say Assurance Relocation Systems owes them money. In several cases, the state has agreed. Labor Department records show that in the past year, 15 wage claims have been filed against ARS. Former employees have won 7 cases and 4 are pending. A group of former workers and an employment agency contacted the News 4 Tucson investigators after seeing our report last week featuring former ARS movers and drivers.
Have you received any of it?
Not a dime. Nothing.
Former ARS driver William Washington, who now works for another company, won his wage claim in March of 2016 for $662. Since ARS didn't pay him within 10 days of the ruling, the company now owes him 3 times that amount, $1,986 plus 4.25% annual interest.
$1,240.
Former mover Roberto Ornelas filed his wage claim last week. Like every former ARS worker who contacted us, Ornelas says ARS owner Lynn Burnaby Emerson makes up reasons not to pay employees.
Constant excuses. I have multiple videos of excuses.
Ornelas recorded this conversation with Burnaby Emerson while trying to get his paycheck.
Should I find out what's going on with my money?
What money?
You owe me about 2 checks.
Okay, dude, I already told you what's going on with you and what's his name, you and Antonio and all of them, taking my damn Pac-Man for 2 hours last week, and there's missing in it. There's dollars and missing and stuff like that.
Did you ever steal a dolly from there?
I didn't.
What was going through your mind when they accused you of that?
I was like, wow, these people are just trying to give me any excuse not to pay me.
To tell somebody you stole something and don't have proof and still not want to pay, I find it rather odd and wrong.
Chris Reeves says he was the operations manager at ARS for 7 months until this past spring. Reeves, a 20-year Navy veteran who served in combat, says he often saw angry ARS employees show up to try to get their paycheck.
Lynn will not answer the door. Troy will not answer the door. She will tell us don't answer the door. You know, she'll tell us don't say nothing about it. She, you know, basically she wants to keep it hush hush.
Troy Emerson is the owner's husband. He owned 3 Gorillas Moving and Storage, which a Pima County judge ruled in 2016 committed consumer fraud for engaging in deceptive practices and misrepresentations. Emerson drove by while we were videotaping last week outside ARS and shouted an obscenity.
I've gone down there twice to try to collect and provide them with the invoices that they owe us, and they refuse to even take the invoices.
Maggie Harm is a staffing consultant with Express Employment Professionals. The staffing agency says ARS owes the firm over $1,000 for 2 drivers it hired for ARS. Harm says Express has tried 20 times to collect through emails, phone calls, and those in-person visits. On June 28th, Lynn Burnaby Emerson sent Express this email writing, "I will call today," regarding the overdue bill. Harm says Burnaby Emerson never called.
She needs to pay people what she owes them. You can't just receive services without paying for them.
That's horrendous. I mean, for the type of work that we were doing, it's a lot of laboring work. That type of work, they deserve their paycheck.
We called ARS several times and left messages. They have not called back.
I think the Attorney General should investigate because we're not getting paid.
Some of the former employees who have one wage claim say they will ask Tucson police and the Attorney General to take action. Several of them have taken ARS to court and prevailed there, but records show they still have not been paid. Investigating for you, Matthew Schwartz, News 4 Tucson.